Today's digital world, cyber threats have become a part of our daily lives. From personal devices to large organizations, everyone is a potential target. Cyber threats refer to any malicious act that seeks to damage data, steal information, or disrupt digital life. These threats are constantly evolving, making it crucial for us to stay informed and vigilant. In this video, we'll explore the different types of cyber threats and attacks, how they work, and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's begin our journey into the world of cybersecurity and understand why awareness is the first step to safety. Cyber attacks are deliberate attempts by individuals or groups to breach the information systems of others. These attacks can target computers, networks, or data, aiming to steal, alter, or destroy valuable information. Attackers use various methods, from simple tricks to highly sophisticated techniques. Understanding what constitutes a cyber attack is essential for recognizing the risks we face online. As we move forward, we'll break down the most common types of cyber attacks and see how they impact both individuals and organizations. Malware, short for malicious software, is one of the most widespread cyber threats. It includes viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, and spyware. Malware is designed to infiltrate your device, often without your knowledge, and cause harm. It can steal sensitive data, monitor your activities, or even lock you out of your own files. Malware can spread through email attachments, infected websites, or software downloads. Recognizing the signs of malware infection is key to preventing serious damage to your digital life. Phishing is a deceptive tactic used by cybercriminals to trick you into revealing personal information, such as passwords or credit card numbers. These attacks often come in the form of emails or messages that appear to be from trusted sources. The goal is to lure you into clicking malicious links or downloading harmful attachments. Phishing remains one of the most successful cyber attack methods because it preys on human trust and curiosity. Learning how to spot phishing attempts is crucial for your online safety. Ransomware is a type of malware that locks your files or entire system, demanding payment for their release. Victims often find themselves unable to access important documents, photos, or business data. Cybercriminals behind ransomware attacks usually demand payment in cryptocurrency, making it hard to trace them. These attacks can cripple businesses and cause significant financial losses. Understanding how ransomware works and how to avoid it is essential for both individuals and organizations. Spyware is a form of malware that secretly monitors your activities and collects information without your consent. It can track your browsing habits, record keystrokes, and even capture sensitive data like passwords. Spyware often comes bundled with free software or hidden in malicious downloads. The information gathered can be used for identity theft or sold on the dark web. Staying cautious about what you install and regularly scanning your devices can help prevent spyware infection. Denial of service attacks aim to overwhelm a website or online service, making it unavailable to users. Attackers flood the target with excessive traffic or requests, causing it to crash or slow down significantly. These attacks can disrupt businesses, government services, and even critical infrastructure. DOS attacks are often used as a distraction while other malicious activities take place. Understanding how DOS attacks work helps organizations prepare and respond effectively. Distributed denial of service attack, or DDoS, is similar to a DOS attack but on a much larger scale. Instead of using a single source, attackers use multiple compromised devices to launch the attack simultaneously. This makes it much harder to stop and can cause widespread outages. DDoS attacks are often coordinated using botnets, which are networks of infected computers controlled remotely. Protecting against DDoS attacks requires advanced security measures and constant monitoring. And in the middle, mid-M, attacks occur when a cybercriminal secretly intercepts and possibly alters communication between two parties. This can happen on unsecured Wi-Fi networks or through compromised devices. The attacker can eavesdrop on sensitive information, such as login credentials or financial data, without either party knowing. Using secure connections and avoiding public Wi-Fi for sensitive transactions can help prevent mid-M attacks. SQL injection is a technique used by attackers to manipulate databases through vulnerable web applications. By inserting malicious code into input fields, cybercriminals can gain unauthorized access to sensitive data, such as user accounts or financial records. SQL injection attacks can lead to data breaches and significant losses for businesses. Regularly updating software and using secure coding practices are key defenses against this type of threat. Zero-day exploits take advantage of unknown vulnerabilities in software or hardware. Because the flaw is not yet known to the developer, there is no available fix, making these attacks especially dangerous. Cybercriminals can use zero-day exploits to infiltrate systems before anyone is aware of the threat. Staying up to date with security patches and using reputable software can help reduce the risk of falling victim to zero-day attacks. Social engineering attacks rely on manipulating people rather than exploiting technical vulnerabilities. Attackers use psychological tricks to persuade victims to reveal confidential information or perform actions that compromise security. Common tactics include impersonation, pretexting, and baiting. Social engineering is effective because it targets human behavior, making awareness and training essential defenses. Password attacks are attempts to gain unauthorized access to accounts by cracking or guessing passwords. Methods include brute force attacks, dictionary attacks, and credential stuffing. Weak or reused passwords make these attacks much easier for cybercriminals. Using strong, unique passwords and enabling two-factor authentication are effective ways to protect your accounts from password attacks. Cyber threats come from people within an organization, such as employees or contractors, who misuse their access to harm the company. These threats can be intentional, like stealing data, or unintentional, such as accidentally leaking sensitive information. Insider threats are challenging to detect because they involve trusted individuals. Implementing strict access controls and monitoring user activity can help mitigate these risks. Advanced persistent threats, or apps, are prolonged and targeted cyber attacks, often carried out by well-funded groups. Apps aim to steal sensitive information over an extended period without being detected. These attacks use a combination of techniques including malware, social engineering, and network infiltration. Organizations facing apps need robust security strategies and constant vigilance to defend against these sophisticated threats. Credential stuffing is a cyber attack where stolen usernames and passwords from one breach are used to access accounts on other platforms. Since many people reuse passwords, attackers can gain access to multiple accounts with the same credentials. This highlights the importance of using unique passwords for every account and monitoring for signs of unauthorized access. Brute force attacks involve systematically trying every possible password combination until the correct one is found. While this method can be time-consuming, automated tools make it much faster. Strong, complex passwords and account lockout mechanisms are effective defenses against brute force attacks. Regularly updating passwords and monitoring login attempts can further enhance your security. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, is a web security vulnerability that allows attackers to inject malicious scripts into websites. These scripts can steal user data, hijack sessions, or redirect visitors to malicious sites. XSS attacks exploit weaknesses in web applications and can affect both users and website owners. Secure coding practices and regular security testing are essential to prevent XSS vulnerability. Drive-by downloads occur when you unintentionally download malicious software simply by visiting a compromised website. These attacks require no user interaction and can infect your device without your knowledge. Keeping your browser and software updated and using security tools can help protect against drive-by downloads. Always be cautious when browsing unfamiliar websites. Botnet is a network of compromised computers controlled by a cybercriminal. Botnets are used to launch large-scale attacks, such as DDoS, send spam, or distribute malware. Individual devices in a botnet, known as bots or zombies, often operate without the owner's knowledge. Protecting your devices from malware and keeping software updated can help prevent them from becoming part of a botnet. Advertising involves injecting malicious ads into legitimate advertising networks or websites. When users click on these ads, they may be redirected to harmful sites or unknowingly download malware. Even reputable websites can fall victim to malvertising, making it a widespread threat. Using ad blockers and keeping your browser updated can help reduce the risk of malvertising attacks. Supply chain attacks target organizations by compromising third-party vendors or software providers. Attackers infiltrate the supply chain to gain access to a larger target. These attacks can be difficult to detect and may have widespread consequences. Organizations must vet their suppliers and monitor for unusual activity to defend against supply chain threats. Internet of Things, IoT, connects everyday devices to the internet, from smart thermostats to security cameras. However, many IoT devices lack strong security, making them attractive targets for cybercriminals. Attacks on IoT devices can lead to privacy breaches or be used as entry points into larger networks. Securing IoT devices with strong passwords and regular updates is essential. Mobile devices are increasingly targeted by cybercriminals due to their widespread use and valuable data. Attacks can include malware, phishing, and unauthorized access to apps or data. Keeping your mobile operating system updated and only installing apps from trusted sources can help protect against these threats. Mobile security is just as important as securing your computer. Cloud computing offers convenience and flexibility, but it also introduces new security risks. Data stored in the cloud can be vulnerable to unauthorized access, data breaches, or misconfigurations. Organizations must implement strong access controls, encryption, and regular security audits to protect cloud-based assets. Understanding cloud security is vital in today's digital landscape. Email remains a primary vector for cyber attacks, including phishing, malware, and business email compromise. Attackers use convincing messages to trick recipients into clicking malicious links or sharing sensitive information. Being cautious with email attachments and links, and using email security tools can help defend against these threats. Business email compromise is a targeted attack where cybercriminals impersonate executives or trusted partners to trick employees into transferring money or sensitive data. These attacks are highly convincing and can lead to significant financial losses. Training employees to recognize suspicious requests and verifying transactions can help prevent BEC incidents. Session hijacking occurs when an attacker takes over a user's session on a website or application. By stealing session tokens, cybercriminals can impersonate the user and gain unauthorized access to sensitive information. Using secure connections and logging out after sessions can help reduce the risk of session hijacking. DNS spoofing, also known as DNS cache poisoning, is a technique where attackers redirect users to malicious websites by corrupting the DNS records. Victims may think they are visiting a legitimate site, but instead they are exposed to phishing or malware. Using secure DNS services and monitoring for unusual activity can help defend against DNS spoofing. Eavesdropping attacks involve intercepting private communications such as emails or instant messages to steal sensitive information. Attackers may use unsecured networks or compromised devices to listen in on conversations. Encrypting communications and avoiding public Wi-Fi for sensitive discussions are effective ways to prevent eavesdropping. Keyloggers are malicious programs that record every keystroke you make, capturing sensitive information like passwords and credit card numbers. Keyloggers can be installed through malware or physical access to your device. Regularly scanning your system and being cautious with downloads can help protect against keylogger attacks. Rogue software pretends to be legitimate programs such as antivirus tools, but actually harms your device or steals information. These programs often use scare tactics to trick users into installing them. Only downloading software from trusted sources and verifying authenticity can help you avoid rogue software. Rootkits are advanced malware designed to hide their presence on a system while giving attackers remote control. They can be difficult to detect and remove, often requiring specialized tools. Rootkits are used to maintain long-term access to compromised systems. Keeping your operating system updated and using reputable security software can help defend against rootkits. Trojan horse is a type of malware that disguises itself as a harmless file or program to trick users into installing it. Once inside, it can steal data, install more malware, or give attackers access to your system. Being cautious with downloads and avoiding suspicious links can help prevent Trojan infections. Worms are a type of malware that can replicate themselves and spread across networks without user intervention. They can cause widespread damage by consuming bandwidth, deleting files, or installing additional malware. Keeping your systems patched and using firewalls can help prevent worm infections. Computer viruses attach themselves to legitimate files or programs and spread when those files are shared. Viruses can corrupt data, slow down systems, or open backdoors for other malware. Regularly updating antivirus software and avoiding suspicious downloads are key steps to prevent virus infections. Adware is software that automatically displays or downloads advertising material when you are online. While not always malicious, adware can slow down your device and compromise your privacy. Some adware may also track your browsing habits or install additional unwanted programs. Using ad blockers and being selective with downloads can help reduce adware risks. Not all cyber threats are digital. Physical security threats such as stolen devices or unauthorized access to computer rooms can also lead to data breaches. Protecting your hardware with locks, surveillance, and access controls is just as important as digital security measures. Always be aware of your surroundings and secure your devices when not in use. Cyber espionage involves the use of cyber attacks to steal confidential information from governments, businesses, or individuals for political or economic gain. These attacks are often highly targeted and sophisticated, involving advanced malware and social engineering. Protecting sensitive information and monitoring for unusual activity are critical in defending against cyber espionage. Cyber warfare refers to the use of digital attacks by nations or groups to disrupt, damage, or destroy the infrastructure of other countries. These attacks can target power grids, communication networks, or financial systems. Cyber warfare is a growing concern as more critical systems become connected to the internet. National security agencies invest heavily in defending against these large-scale threats. Activism combines hacking with activism, where individuals or groups use cyber attacks to promote political or social causes. Common tactics include website defacement, data leaks, or denial of service attacks. While some view hacktivism as a form of protest, it can still cause significant disruption and legal consequences. Understanding the motives behind hacktivism helps organizations prepare for potential attacks. Cybercrime as a service, CAS, refers to the growing trend of cybercriminals offering hacking tools, malware, and attack services for sale on the dark web. This makes it easier for less skilled individuals to launch sophisticated attacks. The availability of CAS has contributed to the rise in cyber threats worldwide. Staying informed about emerging threats and using layered security can help defend against these evolving dangers. Protecting yourself from cyber threats starts with good digital habits. Use strong, unique passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and keep your software updated. Be cautious with emails, links, and downloads, and regularly back up your important data. Educating yourself and staying alert are your best defenses in the digital world. Organizations must take a proactive approach to cybersecurity by implementing robust policies, employee training, and advanced security technologies. Regular risk assessments, incident response plans, and continuous monitoring are essential for defending against cyber threats. Building a culture of security awareness helps organizations stay resilient in the face of evolving attacks. As technology advances, so do cyber threats. The future will bring new challenges such as threats to artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and critical infrastructure. Staying ahead requires constant vigilance, ongoing education, and adapting to emerging risks. By understanding the landscape of cyber threats and attacks, we can better protect ourselves and our digital world.